Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. So this is an interesting one, maybe not all that surprising, but the ATF has been spying on you. Through a FOIA request that was put in by Gun Owners of America back in 2020, and now finally revealed, yes, the ATF has been spying on all of us through social media, among other things. So all of those Facebook gun groups that you're in, maybe the YouTube channels that you watch, I am 100% sure that they've been paying attention to me. Yes, the ATF is watching, and what they were trying to find out is anything that could be considered to be a possible threat. But as we know from watching the ATF over the last bunch of years, what they might consider to be a threat might not really be a threat. And as we all also know, sometimes things don't come across, such as sarcasm and stuff like that, through texts and, stuff that you put on social media, posts and things like that. They could seem one way to your peers or you putting that out there and seem maybe totally different to somebody that is specifically looking for threats, and especially from an agency that is totally anti-gun. So while we probably already kind of knew this was happening, now it is confirmed. And so what can we do about this? Well, a really smart thing to do, don't post anything that could be considered a threat. Don't put yourself in harm's way, because we all know what the ATF is capable of doing. We saw what they did to Brian Malinowski last year. They came in the middle of the night, early morning, put tape over his Ring camera, didn't wear body-worn cameras, and they shot and killed the man when he tried to defend his home, not knowing that it was an ATF raid. So don't get yourself in the middle of an ATF raid. The easiest way to do that is just kind of be careful what you post. Now, we have a First Amendment right and we have a Second Amendment right. And so as long as you're not posting anything illegal and you're not threatening someone's life, you really shouldn't have to worry about what you say or do. But just because you shouldn't have to doesn't mean that you don't have to. And that's kind of what I want to, just my piece of advice. So if you are in online groups on Facebook or Reddit or whatever social media kind of stuff that you do, I don't do a whole lot of social media. I have a YouTube channel and I'm in some Facebook gun groups. One in particular that I really enjoy, the Meal Team Mid-Tier Rifle Group. Those guys are awesome. But even in that group, we saw something happen this last year. I mean, it wasn't in that group specifically, but one of the members of that group, and I'm not going to say his name, because he is going through a court case right now, and I don't want to, put that in jeopardy in any way. But a member of a Facebook group posted a picture inside his vehicle with a firearm, pointed out, could possibly be construed as if it was pointing at another car. It might have not even been a real picture, but it could have been something that was photoshopped. But somebody ratted him out and he got raided. And this is, it was a big deal. This guy's facing some really tough stuff that he probably does not deserve. But that's just one case. The thing is that people have been talking about forever in these groups that, that the groups are full of feds. And I am not at all a paranoid person. I mean, I wouldn't do this if I was. And so I kind of always, laughed that kind of talk off. But unfortunately, it looks like these groups are full of feds. Whether they're actual real people posing as group members, or if it's just, the ATF algorithm AI paying attention to all these groups and looking for certain phrases, markers, things, reasons to watch you. And if they find a reason, then they're going to continue to watch you. That's kind of the whole thing that came out in this FOIA request. And so you might have said something a while back that you thought meant nothing, and they could be watching your online presence at this point. Now, one really good way to avoid problems because of what you might have online is by checking out the sponsor of today's video, and that sponsor is Aura. And this goes along with this really well, because what Aura does is they go online and they find anywhere where your information is out there on the internet, including being sold on the dark web by data brokers. They submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They clear up all of your information off of the internet. They give you a VPN so you can browse the internet safely and securely. They manage your passwords for you. They give you all of your online security all in one place, and they do it for just $12 a month in a very easy to use, very easy to set up app. But if you want to just try it out for 2 weeks and see if it's worth it to you, which I promise you it is, because when I tried it out, I stuck with it. Yes, Aura sponsors me, but at the same time, within that first week, you'll notice that you stop getting spam calls. You stop getting scam calls. All the crap that we deal with in this modern digital online age, all this stuff, all the junk that you don't want, I stopped getting it right away. They cleared me up. And so if you try it for 2 weeks, you can do it for 2 weeks absolutely free. Use my link or scan the QR code on the screen. That link is aura.com/sawtooth-tactical. I'll have it down in the description and in the pinned comment. And that gives you 2 weeks, 14 days to try it out absolutely free and decide if it's worth it to you or not. If it is, stick with it, $12 a month. If it's not, whatever. But I have a feeling that if you try it, you will stick with it. So getting back to the topic at hand though, while we have a First Amendment right to basically say whatever we want, as long as it, isn't a death threat or something like that, and we have a Second Amendment right, and as far as what the Constitution says, shall not be infringed. At the same time, we all know what these government agencies are capable of when it comes to harassing otherwise law-abiding citizens rather than going after actual dangerous criminals. And if they have any reason to believe or to prove that they think that you are a dangerous person in any way, well, then they might do something about it. And you don't want that to happen to you. So don't post stuff that's illegal. Don't post illegal SBRs. Don't post Glock switches. Don't post anything that could be construed as a threat by these guys. Just be smart about it. I show all of my firearms and my accessories and footage of me shooting every single week on YouTube for thousands, hopefully someday millions of people to see. But you know what I don't do? I don't post anything illegal. Every SBR that you see behind me, I did go through the NFA process and pay for tax stamps before I put them online. And before they were approved as SBRs, I had pistol braces on them. And so just be smart about what you post. Don't say stuff that could be construed as a threat. Just be smart, because now we know that they are watching. And so that's my only real advice. I don't want to make this video too long. We know that they're watching. We thought that they probably were for a long time, but now for sure we know. Thanks to Gun Owners of America. I am a member of GOA. It's a good idea for you guys to be too. Them, Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation. These groups are looking out for our rights, and I appreciate what they do. We wouldn't know that this is for sure going on without this FOIA request from GOA that, again, was almost 5 years ago, and we're only now finding this out. But still, use this information to not put yourself at risk and put yourself and your family and your home in harm's way. Don't post illegal stuff. There's no reason just to get some internet clout to post an illegal SBR that's unregistered. I don't care what you do in your own home, but just don't post your crimes online. The best thing to do is just to not commit crimes. Be an actual law-abiding gun owner. Now, do I believe that any of the gun laws that are on the books are constitutional? No. The Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. But just because they're not unconstitutional doesn't mean that they won't be enforced. So just be careful. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this. And yeah, just let me know what you think about this, because I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch gun channels on YouTube are probably in gun groups on Facebook or Reddit or these, other social media stuff. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of the same kinds of stuff that I've seen. So just be smart. From Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.